Welcome back. In my channel, I have been posting various videos related to data engineering. As a part of this activity, the current topic which we are looking at is the data analysis using Pandas in Python. In our previous video, we looked at how to load the CSV file into the Jupyter Notebook using Pandas with the help of the read_CSV method. If your data set is in the Excel format, then how do you read this? We have a method called read_Excel. So we will try to understand about this method in this video. I have restarted my session. So let us try to import the pandas as PD once again. Okay. In the last video, I had a CSV file where we had the application record and the credit record in two different CSV files. But for this demo, I have combined both these into the same Excel file in different sheets like application record, which contains the details about the personal details about the person, and then the credit record. Okay. So we will try to import this file into our Jupyter Notebook. As usual, I'm creating a data frame, app record Excel df. Okay. And I'm calling the pd.read_Excel method. So when we were loading the CSV file, I kept this application record in the same path as my Jupyter Notebook. Suppose if you have your file in a different location, then you can provide a absolute path. Okay, so let us see how to give the absolute path. This is my credit analysis spreadsheet Excel file. So I wanted to copy the path of it, and I can simply put it over here within the double quotes. Okay, so let us try to load this. There are no errors. This means that the data from the Excel is loaded successfully into the data frame. Okay. Hope you remember. If you wanted to have a look at how the data is, from the data frame name, call the head method. Okay. So this will print the first 5 rows of the data frame. And the same way, in order to view the last few rows, Excel_df.tail. Okay. Even though we have seen the data in Excel, it is always a good practice to preview these data frame to make sure that we have read the data correctly into Python. And if you could notice here, the data contains ID, code gender, flag owned car, flag owned realty, children, and others. So this data is the replica of the data in this particular sheet called application record. So by default, the read_Excel has taken the first sheet to read into the pandas data frame. Okay. We wanted to load the second sheet as well into our data frame. For that, we'll create another data frame, credit info df. Okay. And again, we'll call the read_Excel, pd.read_Excel, provide the same path. Okay. Followed by another parameter called the sheet name. Okay. So you can copy this sheet name from this file directly so that you can avoid some manual errors. Okay. So there are no errors. It means like the sheet is successfully uploaded. Let us try to visualize the first few rows the same way. Head. If you want to view the first 10 rows, then you can directly give the number here. So it will read the first 10 rows for you. And same way, you can provide any number of rows within the head function and it will return you so many number of rows. The same is applicable for the tail as well. So this data is similar to whatever is there in our Excel. Okay. If you wanted to know the entire signature of this read_Excel, as we saw, the same shortcut is Shift plus Tab, and this gives you the complete signature of the function. Okay. You can try any of these combinations and get to know more about this read_Excel function. Another handy method is nothing but the info method, which gives you the summary of information about the data frame. Okay. So we will just copy the first data frame name. It is app_Excel df, and we are calling the info method. So this gives me a statistics of how many total entries are there in this data frame. So it is 65,535 and total of 18 columns. It also tells me the data type of each and every column. And if you see here, 65,535 is the overall count of the number of rows in this data frame. The non-null tells you like there are no null values in these columns. Whereas here, if you see, it is just 44,855. So there are some null values within this column. So this info gives you a quick statistics of the number of non-null records and the different data type of each column and many more. Okay. It also tells you like how many float variables are there, how many int64 and the object types are there in this data frame. We will also look at the other data frame called credit info.df and we will try to invoke the info method. So it contains the same number of records followed by the different columns like ID, months, balance and status. So there are no null records in this data frame. Okay. Next, there are additionally three important attributes of the data frame. Okay. The first is the column, application record excel.columns. Okay. So this gives me the entire list of column names in this data frame. Okay. So when you have a huge data frame, it is very difficult to see the column names. So this gives you in short like read, it will help you to view the column names in the data frame. And the next is the shape. This returns the number of rows and columns in that data frame. And the followed by the index. Okay, so index, which is the index or the row label for the data frame. So it is default range integer index starting from 0 in our example here. Okay, same way you can have a look at the other data frame as well. So we have the credit info df. Okay, let us view the shape. So it is the same 65,535 rows and 3 columns. Same way the index followed by the column. Okay. Since the column, shape and index are all attributes of the data frame, they are not the methods or functions. So these attributes are handy when we want to do some manipulations based upon the column names, dimension or the index of the data frame. Okay. So that's it for the lesson. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.